Today, we're doing the World's Edge Shock. The Cogent Dynamics World's Edge Shock. We're on the MX track again. We're going to take it over some jumps. We're going to get some slow motion footage. And then we're going to come back in the afternoon and we're going to do the same thing again. So you have a side-by-side comparison. And then we'll chat about it a bit and let you know what our thoughts are. But we'll skip the whole long intro and we'll just get right to it.
Very exciting day.
Yes, it is. Okay, you ready to roll, man?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
right. So this is stock rear shock Cogent front end at the motocross track. Second gear, I think, and try to keep it in second. That is neutral. That's not second. Not like the front end got that on the ass end is not. God, you notice the brakes. Yeah. Jump, death corner, pull, cause it's got that. Don't do what Colin did, I almost did. God. Oh. God damn, this is. Woo! This is every bit as heart pumping, grip grabbing, pooping your pants action as you can imagine it is. Good goddamn grief. Find that line. Ooh, that's a rough line. Fuck. Oh, goddamn, that is a hard impact. That inside line, no inside line is garbage. Oh, I like that jump. Oh my God, you really got to remember to be on the ball of your feet. You got to remember to dab. You got to be good with your brakes, and when you're going to brake, know when to throttle. Oh, this is a workout and a half, but I'm just gonna, whee! That's all I can really say for myself. Whee! Death corner. Brake into death corner hard. Get that ass and go. Ah! Oh! Oh my gosh. That's terrifying.
We'll see how this all goes. Yes. Jeff, do you want another glass of that? I got enough for another one for you.
No, I'm good, man.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had an iced coffee I like, but that's pretty good.
Trash ice.
There you go.
There you go.
I know this isn't what you're supposed to use this for, but you know, gotta make do.
Oh, you got a break? Did you have a breaker bar?
No, not 3/8.
Breaker bars. I believe that's what they use to beat my neighbor's door in, actually.
See, look here. You know we're in Canada because
none of us
Motomaster. Yeah, about
a boot. Sorry.
Is there another what?
There's nothing or anything in there. That should just come down, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Should. There we go. Okay, I got the preload knob through.
Good for you. It still doesn't mean...
It still doesn't solve the problem that the shock is still attached to the bike. Is that really all of that moves? I'm gonna pick up the wheel, try rotating it back as far as you can and see if it'll pop out that way.
As far as she goes.
Oh, this thing's a lot heavier than it looks.
Ah! Nope.
I don't. It was your idea. You get the honors. Magic has happened. Magic.
It's finally out.
All it took. How many Collins does it take to remove a shock? 2, and engine mount bolt and mallet.
Get her done.
Holy sh!
How many thousands of
30,000 kilometers?
30,000 kilometers. And you too could have shock that looks like this.
You don't want to. No, you don't want a shock that looks like this. It should be much cleaner. Old, and this is new. They are the same length. They appear to have the same length of travel.
That is a beautiful difference.
That is a beautiful difference. I feel bad putting it on the bike almost. You know what? Let's just stop it right here. Let's frame it. Let's put it on the wall. Let's leave it there.
I have huge expectations though. I feel like I'm setting myself up for a disappointment with the expectations that I hold.
This is going towards the front because this was towards the front, okay? This is actually ever so slightly, not in terms of diameter bigger, but in terms of lengthways, it's just a smidge bigger than this is lengthways. So I think we're gonna struggle a little bit with this. Now we're freaking tucking. It's like it's just mildly too big. It's moving. I can feel it. Yep. You hammer it middle.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is progress. Slow, sweet progress.
Okay. Now I'm stuck again.
Just beat it, beat it.
Yeah, what was the shock?
Yeah!
Yes! I'm done. I tell you what. To install the Cogent Dynamics shock, reverse the steps for uninstalling your old shock. So what we're going to do now is we're going to measure the suspension sag.
The sag?
The sag.
How low does she go?
That's right. All right, man. Camera's rolling. So how was the drive over? I think I was on it for about 2 minutes, and then I said you have to get on it and you have to try it out.
It made such a difference in the maneuverability on road. You can kind of feel the tire being pulled to the road, and that's what you really notice.
There's those potholes, like you just don't feel them. Like you don't feel them at all. It's scary.
It was really nice hitting the dirt with it.
Dusk. I think it's, what time is it now? 7? 6:30? 6, yeah. It's dusk. We're gonna hit the MX track again. Like, I didn't ride it this morning with the stock shock because I ride it all the time.
I just want to take a second and point out his beautiful new goggles. Beautiful. When purchasing goggles and lenses,
Oh, that's so much sexier, that nice red shock in there.
always invest in these lovely peel-offs. Peel-offs save lenses. Here earlier, riding on the stock shock, it wasn't as rough as I expected it to be, but she was pretty rough. Really excited. World's Edge shock by Cogent Dynamics in the ass end of it now, and she feels so different. So different. I'm very excited. Oh my god! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. those bumps. Eat those bumps. This threw me like bad earlier. Whoa. Whoa! Okay. Oh my God. That feels so much better on those though. Little break, get your dab, get your dab, get your dab, get your dab. Woo! Okay. Stomach over 5, head to the side, up, fall to the feet. Ooh, got her a little sideways. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, I need to spend the day with Chris Birch. Oh my God, I love that jump though. Oh, God, I love that jump. All right. So let's see how much of a difference this shock actually makes. I don't think it's, woo! This is much looser than it was the other day. Whoa! Wow! Wow, big difference. Big difference just off the first jump there. Wow! Oh wow! That's just the way it's handling those bumps, those holes. Like I'm not bottoming out the suspension at all. It's just handling nice. I'm really excited to see how it handles. Not this jump, even though we're gonna. Oh, so yeah. It just, it'll go over, but it doesn't bottom out like it would before. Yeah, oh my God. This is incredible, the difference. Holy moly. And now we're not giving her anything, but Jesus. Now I've never hit the jump on the right-hand side here, so I'm gonna bypass it. But we're gonna hit some of these little, oh yeah. It's just, it's not bottoming out, it's not blowing through the suspension, it's just tracking. This is actually unfrickin' real. Now that was still a little rough. I definitely bottomed it out that one. A little too much brap. Wow. Yeah, I don't even need to do another lap. That's incredible. The difference is easily palpable. Wow.
It's noticeable.
I don't need to do another lap.
No,
That's,
you just know.
That's unreal. Holy moly. All right, let's pack this bad boy up and go have a drink.
So The first thing we need to talk about here is the now 19,000 RPM top end that my V-Strom has.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you put a Cogent Dynamic World's Edge,
Hey, he got it. World's Edge shock.
World's Edge shock in the back of a V-Strom, it all of a sudden does 17,000 plus RPM.
Yeah, something like that. Well, so
after you've beat it over a motocross track and it decides that its needle is going to slowly move to the 1200? No, 7,000.
It's sitting at 7,000 RPM at baseline now.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that's your
so-
zero line. I also just want to shout out Ironworks Distillery in Lunenburg for this delicious after ride rum.
Oh, that is good. What kind is that?
That is the Ironworks dark rum. Yeah, made with real Crosby's molasses.
That's I'm having a hard time not down in that whole glass right now.
Isn't that
Honestly.
good? Cogent Dynamics World's Edge shock.
Right. Yes, the whole reason that we are doing this today. Wow.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it would make too much of a difference. When I first got the V-Strom, I knew the front end sucked, like big time. The front end of that bike sucks.
Well,
Which becomes especially apparent when you upgrade it.
it doesn't suck if you're using it on road.
Fair enough. Fair
It's-
enough. If you're using it the way it's mildly mannered, meant to be used, it's fine.
Yes. Once you want to start pushing the bike and doing things that are more technical or hitting some rougher terrain or even on an old beat to crap dirt road, you notice.
Yeah.
You notice that it was, well, you noticed every bump. That would be the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's really it's undersprung in the sense that the sag is really inadequate. I remember doing the measurements and I'd sit on the bike and the front end has about 6 inches of suspension travel, and just by sitting on it the sag was 3, so I was going through half of my suspension travel just by sitting on the bike. So every time you hit a pothole, all of a sudden you've got 3 less inches to buffer that impact, and it's just bang, and you're upsetting the chassis, and the force is getting
thrown forward.
thrown forward, thrown back towards you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the front end I always knew was lacking, and then when I upgraded it with the Cogent DDC kit, so that was straight rate springs, drop-in damper cartridges, and some 5-weight oil, all of a sudden the front end was just like incredible, and the rear was like adequate. Like before, where the rear was really the highlight of the bike suspension, then it was kind of okay.
Yeah. It didn't make the difference that you would be led to believe it would straight out of factory. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So your expectations versus the reality weren't really met with the standard shock setup. Now, what's the reality of the Cogent?
Oh, Jesus. So, well, the reality of the Cogent is, I'm sure it's a simple enough shock to install on every other bike to start.
Yeah.
On the V-Strom.
And it really wasn't that much trouble. It really wasn't. It just took...
It took longer than I anticipated.
It took longer than anticipated, but we were not strictly using the proper tools for the job. We were kind of...
What do you mean an engine mounting bolt and a hammer isn't the proper way to seat a upper shock mount?
It's probably not what they had in mind as they shipped it out of the factory. But it worked, it's in good shape, and it worked really well.
Oh my god, did it ever work well?
It worked really well. It's not even a night and day difference. Like it's even more. It's like an Earth universe difference.
I couldn't, before I got on and rode it, like I couldn't picture what the difference would be like and feel, because I don't know, I just don't understand the science of shocks and all that stuff super well, and what they can do with internals and oil and all this kind of stuff. But oh my god, you get on it, and the first thing we did was we hit one of the side roads off of my place, and it's just these dips and dives in the road from where the frost has heaved all the pavement, and you just don't feel any of it.
Nope.
It feels smooth. You just glide over it all.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, well maybe, I don't know, maybe it's going to be softer than I expected. And then you get it in the dirt, and it's like, oh no, this is handling it really well. It doesn't bottom out at all.
Yeah.
And then you take it over a jump, and it's just like, it's just happy. It's in its prime when it's doing jumps and landing and not bottoming out the suspension, not going off your line, not getting squirrely. It's just happy to do it all.
Yeah. It made a happy bike. I'd like to see a more skilled rider.
Honestly.
That's what I'd like to
Yeah.
see. I'd like to see a more skilled rider with this kit and this setup on the V-Strom and see what its actual like limits are, because I can send it off a jump, but that doesn't mean I'm a great rider. That just means I can send it off a jump. I can give you an idea of what the bike can do, but I can't give you a Chris Birch idea of what the bike can do.
But unless you're Chris Birch, do you need the bike to do that? Or does Chris
Yes,
Birch even
yes,
need the bike to do
yes,
that?
you do.
I just,
you
like,
do.
It's
you
just,
do. You completely do. It's all about what your bike can do in this community. ADV riding isn't about what you can do. It's about what your motorcycle
No,
can do.
I disagree. It is 80% rider and 20% bike.
100%,
all the time.
100%.
Every time.
As far as the actual input riding skill and all of that stuff.
But you're
as far
absolutely
as,
right.
like,
It's about
the culture. It's
about
about
look
what
how
can
big
it
my
do.
look how
What
big my
can it
dick
do?
is. Oh.
Well, yeah. And I personally love, and I bashed on KTM last time, but I love how they just swing it around because they do it so well.
Todd enjoys from Cogent, sorry if I keep mispronouncing.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're pretty far up north, you know. Yeah.
They're just great to deal with. I emailed them with a couple questions, and less than 24 hours later, Todd's calling me with the answers to all the questions.
That's amazing.
Because they give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to some of these larger companies where I feel like that wouldn't as much be the case, such as progressive suspension. And maybe that's not the case, but it really feels like you're supporting people and not a corporation, if that makes sense.
It just feels like money better spent.
Yeah.
I think that their level of customer support, and then the fact that they'll stand behind their product, that makes a big deal.
Yeah.
But that's pride of manufacturing.
Yeah.
They obviously have a lot of pride in what they do, and I thank them very much for the experience that I had today, because that was
Thank you.
yeah.
I feel like I just haven't said enough, but at the same time, I don't know what to say, because it's just like, it really is.
It's
unless you ride it, you
preposterous.
can't.
It's preposterous.
It's ridiculous. Everything, like, you'd assume that you're trading off one thing for another, and you're just not. Everything is just so much better.
Better on the road.
It
was
was
stiffer, but it was so much better on the road.
It was like,
so much
what
better.
this is,
It was sport bike-esque fun.
Right, and this is what I didn't understand. Like,
Sport
as soon as you sit on
sport
it,
tourer-esque. Yeah.
as soon as you sit on it, it's stiffer. You feel that it's stiffer.
Did you have a GS?
An F650 GS.
F650 GS?
And then I had a Hyosung, which is basically like an SV650.
Okay, basically an SV650. And would you say that with the suspension done, it feels closer to those two motorcycles than it did before? Because I found that it felt closer in its suspension abilities to the 790 Adventure as far as what I would do to overwhelm it and what wouldn't overwhelm it.
Yes.
Because you've ridden the 1190.
I've ridden the
1290.
Was it the
1290?
I rode the 1290 at the Fundy Adventure
And the
Rally.
11?
And yeah, so we switched up a couple times. So I rode the 1190, the 1290, and I rode that 790 Adventure R.
Oh yes, you did.
And that Adventure R, yes, it's got a ton of suspension travel, but it's hard. It's firm. It's rough.
It's very rough on the road.
I think you said in summary earlier, but what do we want to say to sum this up? Like, really,
like you can spend extra money and get a lot of extra smiles out of the XT by doing the V-Strom.
Is that what we're talking about
The
today?
V-Strom. You can get a lot of extra smiles out of the
Oh, it's going so well too. Oh shit!
I had my words and then
No, you're done. No, you're done.
Cut off.
Cogent Dynamics, you did a good job.
Thank you for this red-faced clarity. Yeah. If you're gonna do the suspension on your motorcycle, check out Cogent Dynamics.
Seriously.
They will hook you up with some amazing technology, amazing customer service, and a lot of smiles once you get that puppy in and installed. Yeah. Yes, shout out to Ironworks and all of our local breweries and distilleries in Nova Scotia. Keep making great products. We love you.
Once COVID is over, and you guys want to come explore, you want to come travel, go check out all these little craft breweries. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
They're friggin' everywhere.
They're everywhere, and they're wonderful. Our distilleries are great too. From Coldstream in Stewiacke to Ironworks in Lunenburg, Barreling Tide in Port Williams. We've got so many great wineries, distilleries, and breweries. You could have a great ride and lots of great evenings ending those rides.
Yes.
And so,
in fact, we have.
yes, we have. So don't come here to Nova Scotia expecting beautiful roads.
Yeah, if you come with a sport bike or like a cruiser and you don't have a soft suspension set up, you are going to have a bad time.
Yeah. But for those in the adventure community and the dual sport community, best roads in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
They're pretty much paved. The dirt ones are great. Lots of width on them.
Yeah.
The trails are well marked.
Some of the trails are pavement.
Yeah, some of the trails are pavement.
Up
yeah.
at Cape Breton
Yeah,
anyways.
they're well marked. If you get a chance, when all the craziness ends, to get out and do some riding and explore, you will find welcoming communities all over the world, but you won't find a bunch of people happier to see you than an East Coast community.
It's true.
Woo, stranger, I can make a friend.
Shit, let us know you're coming.
Yeah, let us know you're coming. Yeah, 100%. Let us know you're coming. We would love to ride with anybody.
Yeah. Actually,
if you're
I was
local,
just-
if you're local and you want to get out riding, hit us up. We would love to see some trails that we've never seen before. The bigger the day, the better.